Hey everybody, in today's video I thought it would be fun to show off some cool items that we buy from the public on a daily basis. You never know what's going to walk in the shop. Today that's no exception. We bought a lot of different things from the public in over 25 separate transactions. We had over 25 sellers today, which is quite a bit, just foot traffic walking in selling stuff. So I want to showcase those things that we bought just to give you an idea of kind of normal stuff that trickles in here at Minot Coin Bullion on the daily basis. We've been buying a lot for the past several months. Some days we're buying more than we're selling, but today we had a really good sales day as well, so it kind of balanced out. But I'm excited to show those cool items to you all, so I hope you stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back. So in today's video, as mentioned, I'm going to go over just some of the items that we purchased in the shop today from the public here at Minot Coin Bullion. Huge variety of different things, including collectible coins, bullion, some currency, some copper, a little bit of gold, just a pretty big variety. And like I said, this is just part of it. I'm not going to show everything because honestly, we've already put some things away, and some things we picked up today we already sold already. So can't show it all, but I'll start here with this tray here. Here's just a bunch of different slabbed coins. Most are certified, some aren't. So, weird stuff like this, clad proof 69 quarter. This will get thrown in a $5 bin. We have a die break error West Virginia quarter. This is kind of neat. This is an old Blanchard holder. If you're not familiar with that brand, these carry quite a collector premium to the right people because this company is no longer in existence, but this is an old Blanchard slabbed 1879 S Morgan. Silver Ike dollars, we got this 2024 W. MS-70 American Silver Eagle. We've got a lot of slabbed Morgans today, and there's more coming up here, but we're always buying those, it seems. Those are always coming in. We have an ICG sample slab, and we have an annex graded from the Young Numismatist auction from the Johnson County Coin Show from 2008. How that ends up in Minot, North Dakota, who knows, but here we have it. I bought it today from the public. And then we have a few slab coins from Trader B. If you don't know Trader B, he's probably the biggest seller on Whatnot. Whoop, get those in the camera view here. So yeah, a couple of, here's a proof 67 quarter, and here's an MS66, very high grade, 1958D Washington quarter with some little bit unusual coloring to it. But yeah, just kind of more of the usual stuff here. I guess this we don't see every day. This is from the Germania Mint, number 91 of 400, but it's a 1 ounce silver piece, colorized. It's called the Mythical Forest. So that's kind of cool. These sell for a bit of a higher premium. So let's get another tray out and see what else we have available here, or what we bought today. Here's the slabbed Morgans I was talking about. It seems we buy a lot of these. These are all common date MS63s, essentially all sell for the same price. So nothing real spectacular here, but nice quality coins. If you're a Morgan silver dollar collector, we do have a lot of slabbed Morgans available here at Minot Coin Bullion. All sorts of different years, both key date and semi-key and common date. Bump the camera here, sorry. Here's some gold that we picked up today, along with a few other things on this tray. Surprisingly, we didn't buy a lot of gold. We did have a couple of $20 gold pieces, but we sold both of those already today. We picked up this nice set though. This is 10 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles in a nice hard plastic holder. Looks like Nationwide Coin and Bullion Reserve. Whoever bought this initially probably paid extra for this fancy packaging, but still, there's 10 nice 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles. Now, I didn't buy this, it was donated, but here's a tube of gold flake. Impossible to weigh, impossible to test, but I'll probably give these away to young kids when they're in the shop with their parents, rather than try to sell these. But this was donated today, just some tubes of gold flake, because I didn't want to buy it and the customer didn't want it, and I told them in the past I've donated them to kids and they were all for that. So here we have some really, really skinny and really, really thin 1/100th of an ounce. Is that right? Yeah, 1/100th of an ounce of 999 gold. So really skinny bars, 10 times smaller than the Gold Eagles I just showed. Picked up a 1/4 ounce gold marlin. I've had these before. This is 1 grain of 24 karat gold on a card you carry in your wallet. Picked up some 2.5 gram gold bars here. Not a lot of 1 ounce gold have we been able to buy from the public lately. It's been mostly silver coming in. We had some more slabbed dollars here. This is interesting too. I believe this is 1/100th of an ounce. Or no, it's actually 1/2 gram. That's right. I had to take this out of the capsule and weigh it, but it's 1/2 gram of 999 gold. And it's very, very thin. It's like wafer thin. Pull it out here. You can see how thin that is. But it's 999 gold, 1/2 gram, just in a different form. Kind of interesting. We do buy sterling silver and scrap gold as well. We bought this 1 sterling silver spoon from somebody today. I forget exactly how much we paid, but it was well over $40 just for this 1 sterling silver spoon. I'm not going to break the seal on these, but these are 1 ounce silver Philharmonics from Austria. 1 ounce silver Philharmonics. There's 20 per tube here, so there's 40 ounces. And we picked up just a raw piece dollar in a lot of extra packaging. And a 1/3 gram gold bar. So kind of odd, unusual weights and some different things. Some of the cooler stuff is coming here. Here's the silver tray that we just picked up, the second to last transaction of the day. And just, you know, we got Don't Tread on Me rounds here. Bought those from an individual. They actually did a trade where they traded for some gold. 10 ounce Australian kookaburra. Some nice quality 10 ounce silver bars from Asahi. Some silver eagles. I won't take those out of the tube. You all probably know what those look like. Just a slabbed presidential dollar. MS-65. 2 ounce Donald Trump coin we picked up. Looks like a 1923 piece dollar. They're in stacks here, but here's silver Britannias. We actually had a flash sale on Britannias today where we sold over 1,000 Britannias today at spot. But that sale is sold out. Here we have silver kangaroos from Australia. Here's some buffalo rounds. Different designs. Here's some Nutcracker Christmas rounds. Year of the Tiger rounds. Here's a cool one with a deer. It's Ohio State, the Ohio State Fair 2001. See that? That's interesting. Ohio State animal, the white-tailed deer. If you're from Ohio, maybe you want that. Then we have the 2001 Special Olympics World Winter Games in Alaska. So all sorts of different, you know, kind of unusual silver rounds came in this group, ones we don't necessarily see frequently. So yeah, all these are different as I'm picking them up here. So yeah, nice variety there. And then we had some secondary 1 ounce silver eagles that came in as part of this group. Here's a pirate themed silver round from Silver Shield. Scottsdale cowboy round. And then what's this? Dead Men Tell No Tales, another pirate themed round here. So some cool things. And then we got some kookaburras. These are snake privy marked from 2013. And this came out of the wild too. We haven't seen these in a while, but this is a Bullion Bullion 3 ounce silver piece that we exclusively sold here at Minot Coin Bullion just a couple years ago. But this is a cool 3 ounce puck. So that's really neat. So that was some fun stuff. It's always fun to get cool, different silver, in my opinion, and trade that when a customer wants to for what I would consider boring gold, because a lot of it's just the same bullion gold. So that was good. What else we got? This might have been the last one of the day. It was $6,500 worth of 90% silver half dollars. There's over 400, and I forget the exact number, but well over 400 90% silver Franklin half dollars here that we bought from an individual. Plus there's a tube of 1964 Kennedy halves. You know, today's the first day in a while we did not buy a single silver quarter. Now that I think about it, we bought dimes, half dollars, Morgans, no silver quarters, kind of unusual. But this is a 40% silver Eisenhower dollar. And then a tube of just common buffalo rounds that all came from one individual to cap out the day. But, you know, why are people selling stuff? Well, there's a lot of reasons that I hear, and I have a couple more trays we'll go over too while I'm talking here. But, you know, I talked about it in the last video that we did a little over a month ago. A lot of the same reasons. There's some people that are just in positions where they need fiat currency for life, to pay bills, to pay unexpected expenses. I had 2 people this week alone have not insurance, air conditioner repair bills that they had to cover. So I had 2 different people coming in selling some of their savings that they have in precious metal to offset the bill they received for their air conditioner repair. So, it's just unexpected expenses that come up, and some people like to put a fair amount of money into metal knowing they can always get it back out if they need to, hopefully at an opportune time where they can make a little bit of money on it. And I think in both of those particular cases, they were able to get out at a decent time because the price is still relatively high compared to when they made their purchase. There's a bunch of different copper rounds here, varying designs, a lot of Americana themed things. We've got some Trump themed. Here's Jack Nicholson from The Shining. Here's Johnny. That's different. We got Donald Trump. But yeah, a lot of cool different designs. Here's a Santa Claus copper round design. So those will be nice to put out. Oh, this is the leg lamp from A Christmas Story. Huh, interesting. Anyway, a lot of cool designs here in copper, including a 5-ounce, really nice Statue of Liberty with some firework embellishments on it. That'll be a nice piece. That'll sell well in the shop. Patriotic themed. We do buy weird odds and ends too. Like here's a token, good for, what is it good for? 5 cents at J.M. Isaac Pool Hall. So that's an old trade token. We don't know what city it's from, but yeah, we buy these. We call them odds and ends. They're things that maybe look like coins, but they're not. Here's recycling tokens, Guardian Angel coin, Liberty Bell coin. So just some interesting different things. We do buy this stuff, and it goes into a bin titled odds and ends, and surprisingly that stuff sells quite well. So we'll move on to another tray here. And like I said, we're not going to show everything we bought today because we bought a lot of stuff and a lot of it got put away already. And as I said, some of it sold right away as well. A lot of times I have regular customers here in the shop that, they'll make their purchase and hang out for a while and visit. And they like to see the cool stuff that comes in too, because, hey, if you're here, when it comes in, you get first crack at it if it's something I don't want or my dad doesn't want. So here, for example, we got just some silver eagles that are in holders that are a little bit too small for them, but we have a few of those. Got some various silver rounds. Now this came from an individual who has a collection that they're selling so they can buy a farm in a small town here in North Dakota. So that's interesting. He had his eye on one that already sold, and there's another property that popped up, so he's looking to buy a small property in a rural area here in North Dakota coming up. So, but yeah, these are all BU, silver rounds, silver coins. Another Scottsdale Cowboy round. It's interesting, we bought 2 of these today from different people. Nice quality Royal Canadian Mint 10-ounce bars. We have 9 or 10 of those in stock now. 5-ounce silver bar, popular size as well. And what else do we got here? We got another Slab Silver Eagle, 1989, but it's ICG MS69. So, but is it going to change anytime soon, guys? I don't know. And what I'm talking about is in most parts of the country, if you watch YouTube, in the YouTube space, you've seen coin shop interviews, you've heard dealers talking to YouTubers about it. There's an overwhelming surge in the amount of people that are selling their precious metals for fiat currency right now. All parts of the country. I'm seeing it here in Minot, North Dakota as well. As I mentioned in the early part of the video, there's a lot of days over the last couple of months where we are buying more than we are selling to the public. And at some point, you run out of cash. What are you going to do with all that added inventory, and you don't have any cash to buy any more stuff that comes in? Well, for me, what I have done, I've been blessed where I haven't had to send anything off to melt other than scrap gold and scrap silver. I'm talking sterling silver spoons and gold chains and rings and whatnot, but I haven't melted 90% silver or coins or anything like that. But I've been able to sell some things to a wholesaler. We bought a pretty large 6-figure amount of gold from one individual over 3 or 4 transactions these past couple of weeks. And all great stuff, but not really retail friendly stuff for the shop because it's higher premium stuff. So I was fortunate to send that off to a wholesaler and get my money back out of it and make a little bit. Turn and burn is what we say. You got to turn it and burn it and get your cash back out. So we are fortunate here where we've been able to stay liquid, meaning we have the cash to buy your stuff. So, but we have to work hard at selling sometimes when you do have this inundation of gold and silver coming across the counter from the public. So we haven't turned anybody down yet. We haven't had to say, no, we're out of money, and we don't plan to be that way. So we are in the position where we can keep buying from the public. And we're blessed. And as I was alluding to, you got to kind of work hard at producing sales. So, you know, rather than us send stuff off to a wholesaler or send stuff off to a refinery and get it melted, I would much rather offer a great deal to our customers that watch us in the YouTube space and our locals as well. So we did that this week. Actually, today was so busy because we had a flash sale on silver Britannias and Canadian Maple Leafs / Birds of Prey / Wildlife Series, whatever 1 ounce Canadian coins we had, were available at spot with zero premium. That's well under wholesale. I can't replace them for that. You know, they're going to cost me more to buy them from a wholesaler than what we were offering them for. But we wanted to get those good deals into the hands of the public, number one. Number two, get cash back in our bank account so we can buy more of this stuff, because tomorrow's going to be more of the same. We probably bought, I'd have to do the math, but well over $50,000 worth of stuff today. And that's, believe it or not, been a normal day here at Minot Coin Bullion lately, where there's just been so much product coming in from the public. And it, you know, just when you think, oh wow, you know, no one else is coming in, boom, in the last 10 minutes, 10, 15 more grand goes out the door. So it's an interesting situation, and it's not just here, it's all across the country. Is it going to end anytime soon? Probably not. I don't really think so. You know, as long as the prices stay high, it's advantageous at some point to take some profits and to sell your precious metal. And I think a lot of people are doing that too. Not everybody is selling out of hardship. And one huge change that I've seen, and speaking with some other dealers, they have as well, as the really big buyers, you know, you might refer to them as whales, the ones that'll come in and drop 100 grand or $500,000 on metal in one fell swoop, aren't buying very heavily right now because the prices are high. They saw opportunity when gold was $1,800 an ounce and silver was in the $20 an ounce range, $25 an ounce range. And we had a lot of large sales at those price points. Now that the price is higher, some of those have backed off a little, although we're still doing all right. I mean, as I said, sales have about stayed the same. It's just we've seen an influx in sellers, so which has negated our need in a lot of instances for a wholesaler. I haven't had to order nearly as much from our wholesalers because the public has been supplying our need with gold and silver. So, but yeah, interesting times. Just for information's sake, as I film this, it's August 6th, 2025. Silver sits at $37.90, and gold sits at $3,370 an ounce. If you're watching this in the future, comment down below what gold and silver prices are along with the date, because it'd be interesting to see how much they've changed since the filming of this video, in which we bought a whole bunch of stuff from the public today, well over $50,000 worth of inventory. So, but that's all the time I have today, folks. I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you could be so kind, give this video a like, share it, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, because that allows us to get more information out to more people about gold and silver investing, coin collecting, and the stacking hobby. And we also have a Facebook page, Minot Coin Bullion on Facebook. And we're on Whatnot. We've done 14 auctions on Whatnot and have one coming up actually this Saturday that I'm going to be announcing through the Whatnot platform this evening. So fun stuff there. But thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're still watching, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.